Inside Raider Nation, live from Zaxby's. I'm Sonny Zapeta, voice of the Raiders, your host for Inside Raider Nation tonight. Alongside me is the head coach of the Rouse Raiders, Mr. Josh Mann.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing good. It seems there may be a gas leak in here tonight. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't know to cheer, clap.
Aiden's too busy on his phone.
He's listening. He's listening. But also joining us tonight, my broadcast partner and producer. He is behind the camera, so you won't see him, but you will hear him throughout the broadcast, Mr. Trey Grubb.
What's up, Raider Nation? Where you at in here?
Where you at?
Where you at?
There we go. Now they're chowing down on that great Zaxby's food right now. That's the problem.
That's exactly.
I'm a little jealous.
I'm going to wait till the show's over, so we may speed through the show a little bit. Our QA back in the KMAX studios is Les Clary. We appreciate all that Les is doing tonight for the Inside Raider Nation. We're just going to jump into it, Coach. We're going to thank our sponsors. Obviously, we want to thank Zaxby's, our featured sponsor of 2018.
Absolutely.
Host of Inside Raider Nation. If you want to come down, see the show live and in person, get some chicken, and share. You can always share with us.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, Coach Mann will take a break off camera and go eat some Zaxby's. We also want to thank the Fan Club, Mighty Fine Burgers, Rudy's Barbecue, State Farm Insurance Agent Richard Munoz, Bush's Chicken, Mad Training, PDQ, IT Backbone, Chicken Express, Whitestone Physical Therapy, Austin Telco, Smile On Orthodontics, Walks It To You, Serrano's, Shop 1431, Shiny Dental, Safeguard, Dos Salsas, Club Z Tutoring of Cedar Park, the Tri-Doc, and Rouse Youth Football Association, which we have some players of the week from RIFA in the house tonight.
I see some big dogs in the house, no doubt.
Yes. So we're gonna pit these players of the week for the varsity against the players of the week for RIFA.
Absolutely.
And a little bit of a mascot challenge.
Oh, the RIFA kids are going to dominate it tonight, no doubt. They're going to take them down in the challenge tonight. I have no doubt.
They still hold the
Right?
1-0 advantage from last season. So Aiden yes, they won. They beat you guys
fair and square
by one. I know. 5-4 last week. We'll explain later. You'll get to it, okay? All right. Coach, we'll recap the game last week, and we're going to go through it quick because this is going to be a quick week. We play actually on Thursday this week, and we'll get that opponent coming up here shortly.
Yes.
And we were going to talk about against Anderson, 25-20. You had probably a lot of what-ifs. We woulda, coulda, shoulda. But those, during Christmas time, if they're all candies and nuts, we have a Merry Christmas.
Right.
You can't go back and do anything about it. What did you take away from that game on Friday against Anderson?
Well, it was frustrating, especially after we kind of came out and had the start we were kind of hoping for, getting the stop versus their wing tee-based offense, and really were playing more physical than I thought they were at the time. And then obviously getting the 2 touchdowns, early in the game to get ourselves up at that point, and, really felt momentum was on our side. And then we had a couple of mishaps. We allowed one big play for them from the defensive side, and they scored quick. And then we had the unfortunate turnover on offense that set them up for the next one. And going into halftime at 14-13, still felt like we were in control of the game. And then we just had some uncharacteristic penalties, uncharacteristic mistakes in the secondary, not communicating with each other and giving up some easy completions that we never normally have done. And then obviously we had the one turnover on the opening kickoff of the second half that just kept the momentum on their side, and no matter what we did, we couldn't end up flipping that even when we had that late drive. And you never want to get to the 3 and not punch it in, especially to win the game. So there was a lot of learning opportunities, though. I told the guys on Saturday we could have punched that in. We'd all feel better being 2-0, and we'd all be excited about being 2-0. I would have been just as mad Saturday morning after watching our performance at times, not playing to our capability, even though you get a win. Sometimes an ugly win can be more camouflaging than a loss where you didn't get those opportunities. So if we'll learn from it, which I feel like we already have Monday and had a great workout today, and obviously getting our attention focused on Weiss as fast as we can from the Anderson game, this group will show its maturity. They'll raise up. I have no doubt that we're going to respond from those mistakes we had.
So coming away, you obviously look at some of those mistakes, the mental part of the game, all those that people don't really kind of understand and look at, coaches, all those things that you just talked about are correctable mistakes. And it's just one of those that you put it behind you, you learn from it, and then you move on to this week because you really don't have a lot of time playing on a Thursday versus playing on a Friday. So is that really help you guys this week to kind of forget about it and get the taste out of your mouth, or is that really how does that play out?
Yeah, no, because the one thing I told them Friday night, I told them again Saturday, and once at noon at Saturday, we were done with it. We were Anderson's put to rest, move on. And one thing when you have a loss like that does not, you didn't probably play to your capability of the best, not taking anything away from Austin Anderson. Tremendous job of them 2 weeks in a row being in tight games, and one time that they lose one, being up, and then they were able to battle back in that game. So you got to give them credit where it's due. I'm not trying to take any from them, but I know we didn't play to our potential either, and that's frustrating. But whatever you do, you can't let that beat you twice. Like we lost it, it's over. We can't drag on or let that be a hangover effect in it. Show up Monday's practice, Tuesday's practice, so forth. We got to put that behind us and focus our attention now on our next opponent because that's the only way we're going to get better, especially in the district we're about to go into in a couple of weeks and play. It's going to be a brutal district. It's going to be every week's going to be a different challenge, different opportunities, and you're going to be on the high end, on the low end. You can't let that momentum, good or bad, swing you to the next week. It's time to focus and get on to Weiss.
So talk about Weiss coming up on Thursday, and that game is at Bible Stadium. So quick turnaround. You play Weiss. They're a first-year varsity program, so they've got a lot of underclassmen, some pretty good talent there. And I think this is kind of what we've seen with Rouse, with Glenn opening up, and the same thing with Hendrickson and in the Pflugerville area. Now with Weiss coming in, they have played some tough opponents. They played Leander week one. Then last week, obviously
Canyon Lake.
Played Canyon Lake and lost there. But they're really putting up some pretty decent numbers as far as they're not getting blown out. So they're really trying to establish themselves.
Oh, they have, and it's been a challenge for us to really evaluate them because the two opponents, Leander's gone to an option-based offense. So formationally, play-wise, it's nothing that we simulate. So the look of what their defense gave them, we're not sure. And then they turn around and play Canyon Lake, who's a more even conservative version of what we saw in Anderson. No, I mean, it is slot T all the way, no spread. So we haven't been able to see them in true open space defense. So there's going to be that what are they going to do effect. So they have that kind of coming in a little bit on us. And being a new program, each week they just get better. Their guys, the more seasoned those young kids get that are first time on the varsity field in the big lights, that newness goes away and you start settling in play. They have some very good skill talent. Their receivers, their slot, they have 2 or 3 different guys they roll into there that all can be explosive down the field. I like the way the quarterback plays. He does make mistakes at times as a young guy coming in as a junior starting, but he can, when he puts it in the spot, it's pretty impressive. He gets it on them. Defensively, they're physical. One of the best running to the ball defenses we've seen on film. That's a huge credit to a young team because a lot of times that's where they'll fall off, and they don't. But they don't have an experience or size yet because of no seniors. They have an intensity, effort, and trying to get that in brand, which we were there not too long ago. And I remember. And if you can get that one bite and that one win, it can set your program in a whole direction. So they're definitely a hungry team ready to come pounce.
So you look at the stats, and they threw the ball 28 times against Leander, 21 times against Canyon Lake, carrying the ball 25 times. So pretty balanced against Leander. But then against Canyon Lake, it was more, it was pretty balanced, 21 to 15 as far as passing and rushing. What do you look for defensively from them? And when they come out, balanced offense?
No, it's hard to say because in both those games they got behind real early. And so whether or not they want to establish the run or not, it's hard to tell. They kind of did early coming out both games. It was about probably 60-40 pass to run. Their offensive line is okay. They're gaining experience. You can tell they're new to playing in those positions. So I think overall they want to run the ball, but they're still learning how to in their system, which – heck, we're still kind of there too. So, that's nothing new. They do want to throw it. They want to get you out in space where they feel like their skill kids maybe outmatch yours, and that gives them the best chance to win. So some of their pass numbers are skewed. They're just extended running plays. It's the quick screens, it's the stops, it's the fastball out of the quarterback's hands quick so he doesn't have to worry about protection. So you got to cover and expand the field. That's the biggest challenge, be all the way across. We got to hit our checks. We have to get our alignments right and on time. It's probably since our scrimmage is the first true spread offense we played since Westwood and Midland Lee. So it's kind of exciting to get back into that. And our guys are kind of hungry on that side to get against that system. And I think that's where we excel from a defense standpoint. I think our pressure system that we can put in, our different looks we can give an offensive line, trying to run the schemes that you're going to give, especially a young one. I expect our defensive line and our front linebackers to really give them a lot of problems. And our secondary, even though we're battling a little banged up in a couple spots, they responded, maybe had their best day today out of a communication standpoint. Athletically, they're there. Communication, we've been a little behind there, and so today was like something clicked. We made a couple of minor adjustments in the back half, kind of we're putting guys maybe in a better position that they may have been in before, and boy, it clicked this morning. It was real exciting.
So to have anything to do with communication being the word of the week last week?
That may have something to do with it.
It just takes a little while to click?
It just takes a little while. Sometimes those guys don't talk as much. There was a lot of, we hold them accountable, and they hold themselves accountable. And there was a lot of come to Jesus on Saturday. So I think the good thing is they responded to the message.
Okay, so you talk a little bit about the back end and the linebacker secondary seems to be kind of what we as a media would say is a strong suit. Does being in the 7v7 during the spring and the summer, does that help when you play these spread offenses?
It does to an extent. I mean, you get some more experience there. You get to work on a couple things. Of course, the pass rush makes the game a whole lot different than when you're in 7-on-7 because that ball you can't pat, and then throw it. But I think we've seen some carryover for sure. Maybe we'd like to see a little bit more than what we got. I think as we keep involving in that area, it'll get better.
So we're going to look real quick, Coach, at the standings. And if you were to look at this and say 2 weeks ago that you would have Georgetown and Hutto 2-0 at the top of the district, probably. Maynard, Rouse, and Pflugerville at 1-1.
Yep.
Conley at 0-2, which is a surprise. They're a pretty strong team. But the biggest, I guess, probably shocker for everybody, Central Texas, is, in fact, Cedar Park is 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, but they got a brutal non-district schedule. I mean, they played Vandergrift. That's a big rivalry game. And, Vandergrift's a big 6A program now. I mean, they're pushing close to 3,000 kids in that school. So, number-wise, yeah, they should have a little bit of leg up there. Cedar Park's just never lost that much. And never hardly you ever hear of them back-to-back losses. So I think that's catching them. Then they turn around and play a semifinalist team in Cedar Ridge. Even though it's a new turnover team, Cedar Ridge, we're familiar with them from back when we used to play them. They're very talented. So I think they're finding their footing. They got a big challenge again this week with their schedule. But, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have that conversation, I think, throughout the whole year with that district. It's going to be week to week. I think you're going to see ups and downs, and I don't think anybody's going to make it unscathed through the district. I think everybody has a shot to drop one, maybe two. It could be one of those tie-break deals again where you're counting points and you better take advantage when you can.
Yeah, because they've got a brutal San Angelo Central, and then they take on Cinco Ranch out of Katy, which you think of your schedule as well. You've got now Weiss coming up. You got Texas State. You got Consolidated the week after, and then you face them. At that point, you're probably really looking at who's the healthiest going into that, playing such a tough non-district schedule. How do you manage that? I mean, you don't have the magic wand, right? And you still got to play the game, but
we're trying to look for that. What's that juice that Bugs Bunny had on what the Doc's juice or whatever he gave the team during Space Jam? We're still looking for that water jug somewhere out there. We're a little banged up. Everybody, I think, at week 3 is going to start being banged up across the state. It's no secret we don't have the most depth as other teams do in our division right now. So we really do have to have everybody next man up. And a lot of these guys, several of these guys are playing through injuries right now. Some of them I didn't know they could make it through these injuries. I mean, people sometimes don't come back from them. They elect to go have operations or things. Not that they're putting themselves in danger because they're not, but it's just uncomfortable.
Right.
No more damage to be done, but they're like, hey, the team needs me. I'm gonna be there for my brothers, and so that's really cool. And unfortunately, we had a few last week that probably are going to keep guys off the field maybe for the rest of the season. So It's part of the game. It's always frustrating when it happens. You hurt because it hurts the team, but then when you get on that personal level with that young man that's not getting to play anymore, and especially when it happens to a senior, if there's a senior kid that happens to that just is denied that opportunity because of something that wasn't in their control, that you really hurt for those kids.
So that happened a few years back. First play against Brennan, and it was Kyle Sanderson.
Yeah.
That was just devastating for a lot of people,
including,
you just feel for them. But, that's part of the game, and I know a lot of players have fought through it, and you come into it, and that's just part of the physicality of the game. But let's talk a little bit about the physicality of Anderson. One of the points that Trey and I talked about after the game was you were concerned of the size of that offensive line. And it was the first offensive series. It's like, oh, boy, let's see what happens. And they didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
And so the physicality, and you challenged your players to be more physical than them to respond, and I thought they responded really well on both sides of the ball.
We did. I thought 85, 88% of the snaps on defense, we outplayed them. They got a couple calls that went their way on some pass interference that extended drives for them that we had them stopped, and some of that maybe was probably a good call in the one in the end zone on the first one. The second one, disagree with. It was they tossed the ball back to the running back. The flag's already out, and how did he know it was a pass? And there wasn't holding. So but that happens in the game. You're going to lose a couple of those calls. I thought they stayed pretty much out of the game again. I thought that's a pretty good job 2 weeks in a row. We had some just weird, we got a holding call after a big first down. It just was one of those weird games. You could feel it just got tighter and tighter, and it was like, you just sometimes have bad games. And our guys will tell you, a lot of our seniors that have played really well over several games didn't have their best night. Maybe wish they could have a player or two back, maybe a decision or two back that they characteristically normally wouldn't do. It happens. I don't know why. It's weird. If we could figure out that, we'd be talking on a different network right now, selling something else. So it'd be really good for us.
It would. Well,
but to answer the physicality, we match them. They're a 6A program. I mean, that's no doubt. Anderson has a lot of pride, a lot of history in it. They have been down a little bit. Their new coach and their new culture that they're trying to establish, you can see it. And I knew it was going to be a great challenge, a physical challenge, and there was some physicality in that game. There's some in the trenches, maybe some of the hardest hits I've seen in a while.
It was a battle, and Rouse stood strong. So, Coach, we want to remind everybody it's Thursday night at Bible Stadium, 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Go back to the 7 o'clock start time.
7 from here out.
From here on out. We get 7 o'clock, but it's on a Thursday night this week, so we want to make sure we get everybody to AC Bible Stadium. But I believe, Coach, this week there's also not only going to be live audio, but there's going to be live video.
Oh, boy.
Yes. So we're going to see it live and in
Pressure's
action.
on y'all.
No pressure at all, Coach.
On Brian. We'll put
Brian,
on Brian Hendricks.
Brian Hendricks, our videographer. Pressure is on him and Trey. So I just get to call it as I see it, right? Or our new guy, Andrew. We're throwing him into the fire quick.
Go. Good.
So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have our Players of the Week.
Get them up here.
We have coming up as we let Aiden finish his meal. But we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Inside Raider Nation on KMAX Sports.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end
Bad
zone.
snap again. He hits the turf, and Delmar scoops it up. Taylor Wilkins
corner
has
of
it.
the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
We are the largest, the best online broadcasting company in all of Central Texas.
Side, he's got blockers in front of him.
10,
Touchdown.
5, touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports. We're glad you enjoy the KMAX Sports broadcast. But did you know that you can purchase a copy of this or any KMAX broadcast for personal use? Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmaxsports.com. That's INFO at kmaxsports.com. Let us know which games you're interested in, and we'll set it up for a small fee. We can even do some editing for you. And the great thing, any purchase will send a portion of the proceeds to your school. Enjoy the game now and keep it forever. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up, info@kmaxsports.com, bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAX Sports.
From West Texas all the way to the Bayou and all points in between.
I saw miles and miles of Texas.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, bringing your teams to you.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Welcome back to Inside Raider Nation here, live from Zaxby's. And joining us now are some players of the week. We're just going to talk about all the players of the week. Coach Mann, we'll start with the Teacher of the Week.
Teacher of the Week was Megan Hill, ex-cheer sponsor, now responsible for our student council, and has done a tremendous job getting the year off started right, and involves so many different programs for our school, and she's still helping assist the cheerleading when they need to, and she's been all over the place. Huge fans of these guys and the Rouse Raiders.
We'll start with the Freshman A Player of the Week.
That's Quanteri Query Simmons was the freshman overall player of the week. Then freshman offensive player of the week was Nick Kaminsky. Really had a great bounce back game week one. He struggled snapping the ball, and he done a great job. And then kind of got the oops and regained it and did a great job. Didn't have one bad snap. Our freshman A player of the week was Ben Armstrong. Really outstanding, going to be an upcoming big linebacker. Really excited about Ben and coming on. And then our freshman A Special Forces Player of the Week was Nick Hudson. And those guys had a tremendous job, got the win 30-19. We kind of had everybody combined, so there was a lot of substitution and getting different guys on the field, and they really played and bounced back well after the first week of the season.
And then our Scout Team Player of the Week, which is, as you know, you think Scout Team, that's probably not important. That's probably one of the most important to give the offense and defense a good look, and that was Jack Blake.
It was, and we were torn because we wanted to do the whole offensive line for them because they simulated that wing T offense. They did such a great job. Usually on Tuesdays we'll kind of go good on good to get maybe a quality better look, and I just said no, keep the varsity over there. We want this group because they got it down. They're taking the right steps. They're pulling when they need to pull, and so they did a tremendous job. We really handled probably that offense too well. If we'd maybe not have blown it up as fast, they might have not have jumped in the gun as fast as we thought they would have. But they did a great job of giving us a look on that. And then our varsity Special Forces player, first block punt of the year, Zach Yarbrough, give him up. You know, that's a great play that he had. He also did a tremendous job on defense as well. Really proud of him because he's one of those guys that's coming off a week one injury that we didn't play week one, and then he said, "God, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to play," and battled up and really came up. And Zach's also one of our guys on our leadership council that's been with us for a while, and he did a tremendous job. Defense player of the week, young man sitting to my right, Matthew Garcia. I was real proud of him because kind of our game plan, because Matthew was a little banged up coming out of Vista, was, look, we're gonna roll this one package in against their wing T. Then if they go spread, we're gonna get you back in. And before about the middle end of the game, Matthew took it all over, and we just left him on the field because he really came on and did some great things. A big play he had out on the screen, amazing tackle on that. Really did some great things for us there. Offensive player of the week was Drew Henson with the big touchdown pass. It was so fun watching the replay. I went back watching the DB be so mad that he got beat by Drew on that. Made me so happy. He's just throwing his hands, throwing a fit in the air. Our overall player of the week was Aiden Sharp. You know, again, going back to the big offensive lineman. Again, Aiden's done a tremendous job 2 weeks in a row, moving from offensive tackle to center. He may have done too good of a job, caused us a little confusion up front because he was burying his guy into like 5 other guys, and we weren't quite maybe reaching some of our blocks that we needed to get because he was whipping his guy so bad. So it was kind of a good positive thing, but now we know that happened, and we're ready to move on. So Aiden did a great job.
He did a great job. In fact, Trey, that last drive, was just commenting about halfway through that drive of just watch Aiden and Bagley together. And I said, you know, that is a lot of people.
That's a lot of buffet.
That's a lot of buffet between those two gentlemen. And they definitely moved the line. That is for sure. I told Aiden this when we talked on Thursday in our interview. I don't think in the 4 years I've ever seen him go backwards.
No.
He's always pancaking.
Well, other than that time, me and him in the bat room, but we won't talk about that today.
He's still confused. He must be a Monday. We're going to start down here. We'll let you introduce yourself, give us your first, last name, and position, and maybe your classification, what year you are.
Hi, my name is Matthew Garcia. I play outside linebacker. Well, we call it a jack. and graduation year is 2019.
I'm Zachy Barbo. I play defensive end. I'm class of 2019.
I'm Aiden Sharp. Play center, class of 2019.
Drew Henson. I play slot receiver and class of 2021.
All right, we're going to stay with the big man, Drew. Yeah? Okay. I should probably stand up, but that is a contrast in size between Aiden and Drew. That's probably not a good thing.
That's awesome. I love it.
It's like the Cole Beasley. I call him the Cole Beasley. You'd probably call him the Edelman or some crazy receiver on the Patriots.
27-20?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
We're all the Texan fans, Zach. Go Pats.
Yeah.
I want to give a compliment to Drew, too, because we were sitting there in pregame, and I was sitting with their head coach because we were talking about lighting and what happens and all that. And Drew walked by, and he goes, "Is that number 15?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "God, I love that kid." He goes, "When I first saw you," because he got to scout, he says, "I see him live." And I'm like, "Huh? That dude's on the field? All right." And he said, then I watched him saw about 3 kids in half and went, "We better watch out for him." So he was complimenting you before the game even started.
Compliment. Drew, we're going to ask you the first question. You ready?
Yes.
What is on your playlist right now?
Don't
Don't have to give me specific songs.
just
Maybe
like rap.
rap.
Yeah.
Okay. You seem like a Taylor Swift, Justin
Oh.
Bieber type guy.
Oh, yeah, that's-
that gets you and Aiden confused. Maybe that's Aiden. We'll ask Aiden the next question. Aiden, this is the Alex Bagley question. Any country in the world, where would you go?
Portugal.
Portugal, but who would you take with you?
I take my mom. My mom's always wanted to go there, or Ireland, so I take my mom.
Take your mom, all right? Go down there to Bobo. Zach told us we could call him that. All right, because people mispronounce your name all the time, I'm sure.
All the time.
All the time. So we just call him Bobo. These Bobo, Ugo. We got a lot of cool names this year, Coach. I'm just telling you. All right. Favorite app on your phone right now?
Snapchat for sure.
Snapchat. What's your longest streak?
Well over 450 days.
450. Wow. Okay.
Is that with Coach?
Yes, with Coach.
Yeah,
Ryan.
me and him snapping. Chat snap, snap face. What are they?
He's trying. He's trying, Bobo. All right. Matthew, tell me, you as a linebacker, you probably have some superstitions or pregame rituals. What is that on game day?
On game day, I'm usually definitely quiet to myself and just going through the game plan in my head and going to the sideline praying with my brother that got his final concussion last year. So it was definitely kind of hard losing him through this process, but definitely praying with him every game is definitely my ritual.
So the calm before the storm.
Yep.
Before the Matthew Garcia gets unleashed.
What
Yeah.
about the gloves? Tell me about the gloves. What's up with the game day gloves?
Oh, those gloves.
Yeah.
See, I saw those on a website. Well, my older brother did, and he was like, "Hey, check these out. Those are sick." The next thing you know, the week later, he gets them for me right before the Vista Ridge game. Always using them now for
Okay.
game days.
You hold them up, and it makes the Joker face. So
Oh.
we're getting ready for Vista, and Mr. Serious over walks up and puts his hands up. Why so serious, Coach? Seriously, that's okay. I hope we're feeling really loose now.
There you go. That's classic. That's a good story. All right, so Matthew, we're going to stay with you. Favorite subject in school? That's always a stumper. Favorite subject? Math, science, history?
Mine right now would probably be history. Tend to learn a lot, and I kind of like learning about our history, world history, that stuff like that.
Okay. Pass it on to Bobo. Favorite athlete?
Ray Lewis for sure.
Ray Lewis. Hall of Famer. I can go with that one. All right. Aiden, favorite athlete? Doesn't have to be a football player, but I'm sure it will be.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Now, why Kobe Bryant?
Mamba mentality.
Okay. All right. Hand it off to Drew. Favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete, Deshaun Watson.
Okay. Why him?
That's my favorite team, Texans.
Go, Pat.
I don't know what we're going to do with him, Drew. Probably take the mic away. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty smart.
That'd be the first thing to do. All right. What is your favorite cereal?
Lucky Charms, for sure.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, you gotta get all the marshmallows.
Okay. Aiden?
Cereal.
Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch by a hair over Fruity Pebbles.
Over Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobo, favorite cereal?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Okay. 2 Fruity Pebbles.
Anything? Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
There's a guy after my heart right there. Fruit Loops. That's good. Coach, what's your favorite cereal?
Captain Crunch. Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
I like Crunch Berries, but not some.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew, we're going to stick with you, and we're going to actually give this mic to Drew, so we take it away from Coach Mann. What's one thing, and there's no repercussions here. You don't have to tell any deep, dark secrets. It's one thing you're always going to remember about Coach Mann. Besides the fake tooth. Everybody's already called that one out. So you got to move something else. Something he said, something he's done.
Freshman year when he was coaching outside linebackers, he saw how small I was, and he kind of just told me, hey, not the size of the dog, it's the fight of it.
Okay.
So, and that's why I've been playing outside linebacker ever since freshman year.
All right. Okay. Bobo, what about you?
Definitely his character. He loves to get close to the kids. He likes to know everyone on the team personally, on that personal level, and not just as a football player.
Yep. I've noticed that over the few years that we've been around each other. Aiden, you probably got some good ones.
Mine has to be pickup games because I ball him up. He's been crossed over a few too many times and blocked. He knows what's good.
Okay.
Mama got me.
What about you, Drew?
Probably just his want to always win and do what's best for the team. Because last year, freshman year, he doesn't do this that much anymore. But he would, whenever there was a bad call or something, he'd yell at the refs pretty much. He'd get pretty mad at them.
He did that.
Hey, I saw he was calming down Coach Richardson at the game. I saw that.
There you go. Truth comes out. Yeah. He has one job to do, Drew. That's one of his jobs. Yeah. You know, that's his, I don't know if it's his main job, but it's one of his jobs. All right. So anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Coach Elrod.
Yes.
Boo.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that can be it.
Pretty good guy.
All right, Aiden. Aiden's got to give a shout out. Man, get that close, nice. Yeah, right.
Shout out my mom, dad, and brother playing at UTSA. Go Birds.
All right. Bobo?
Shout out to my dad, my mom, my 2 brothers sitting at home, my little sister, and Carson Chappie, Troutman.
Okay. All right, Bobo. Last one.
Definitely my mom, stepdad, brother, sister, and my teammates and coaches.
All right. Well, that's been the varsity players of the week. Bobo, Matthew Garcia, Aiden Sharp, and my man, Drew Henson.
Y'all be up here in a minute with the challenge.
Yeah. Out of
youth football.
I guess we can include Ethan since Ethan's here. We'll get 2 representatives out of this group, too, and we'll have you go against 2 of those guys.
Think about who's going to represent y'all versus the youth kids.
So maybe go eat the rest of that chicken.
The trivia challenge. It's coming up.
He's got
you
food.
Better be thinking.
What do you think Aiden's going to do? He's going to go eat.
Yeah.
We're going to take some time to bring up Coach Clark as well as Coach Elrod.
There you go. Let's get those 2 guys up here. Lineman thing, they're bonding still. It's kind of awkward.
Gotta love the banter. Those offensive linemen. Hey, you gotta love it. Coach, not that we don't want to talk to you, but we have something really important to talk to you about before we get to the man of the hour. Talk to us about touchdowns against cancer.
Yeah, that's something we're doing. We've partnered with Max Preps, and a organization with St. Jude's that for every touchdown we score during the month of September, it's a donation platform, and our goal is to actually raise $1,000 to give to St. Jude's from the Rouse football program. Right now we have one donor who's donated $10 a touchdown. Our goal is roughly 12 touchdowns to reach that $1,000, so we're definitely looking for more donations. The easiest way to do it is to go to touchdownsagainstcancer.com, or see it on our Twitter page is also another easy way to link. Search Rouse, it'll pull it up. You can become a donor through that page as well to help us reach our goal and help fight a disease that unfortunately touches young men and women that unfairly prevents them from being able to play a game sometimes that they love, and we're going to do the best we can. It's one of our service things that we try to attack and do to help the community out whichever way we can. So,
can they find that on your Twitter page? Because we're going to try to get you close to 1,000 followers.
Ooh,
is that?
It is on my. It is. I just retweeted it again today, so it's pretty recent.
At Elrod Coach.
Elrod Coach, yeah.
Elrod Coach. Thank you, Coach Elrod. We're now going to talk to the Rouse softball coach. I mean, the offensive line coach. Can't believe you wore a Rouse softball shirt. I like Rouse softball. Don't get me wrong, but it's football time.
Hashtag one Rouse.
It is one Rouse. Okay, you got me there. Coach Clark, always so quick. Tell us, Coach Clark, if you had $1 million, what's the first thing that you do or that you buy? Coach for free, first of all, right? You'd still coach.
I mean, $1 million isn't a lot of money. House around here is like $400,000. Taxes, everything else. I mean, I don't know. Whatever my wife wants.
That is a good answer.
Gift card, Michael's.
Tell us your favorite hobbies away from football. Any hobbies that Coach Clark has?
Golf.
Golf.
Golf. That'd probably be number one, followed by a whole lot of nothing.
Just relaxing.
Yep.
Any fishing? Seemed like you'd just get on a boat and you just fish and just be content.
Fishing.
Okay. There you go.
Terrible.
It is boring, but it's a thought. I didn't know.
Elrod tried to take me fishing one time, and I kept talking the whole time. He got mad. Like the fish
he was not a good boat mate.
Not a good boat mate?
No, I tried to kick him over.
Didn't work, did it? He's still here.
Still here.
Okay. All right, so Coach Clark, how long have you been coaching?
This is my 9th year.
9th year, and it feels just like yesterday when you started, doesn't it?
For sure. All the years start to run together by now. The only thing that changes is the gray in the beard.
Just for men works, doesn't it?
I don't believe in that.
Okay.
Might as well just stay gray.
Yeah.
So much cheaper.
Yeah, well, that is true. All right, so talk about, and we're going to ask you this really deep question here. Offensive line, question mark coming into this year. You've got two staples on your offensive line, and Aiden Sharp and Bagley. How has that offensive line come together so far in just 2 games?
I think they've done a good job meshing, especially when you have a kid like Riley Grady, who's a converted tight end, and then Josh Kaminsky was with us last year but didn't get a lot of reps, and then we brought up Aiden Butler to also work at that role as well, because obviously we see a lot of potential in him. And then a kid like Keegan New, who was very dedicated on the JV team last year, worked his butt off all offseason, showed up, and I think they've done a good job filling into those roles. But it really helps when you have senior leadership like Aiden and Bags to help lead them along the way. It makes my job a whole lot easier when you have kids like that.
You've had the luxury. You've had some good leaders on that offensive line, and it's kind of that unsung position. How I know there's that bond and there's that chemistry between you guys. It's a really close-knit group, but how have they come together, just embracing not just their group, but reaching down and being mentors for the freshman kids that are just coming in and learning what it is to be an offensive lineman at Rouse?
I kind of think a good offensive lineman just naturally has that personality. They're naturally that selfless kid, and they have that ability to turn around and accept that role, become part of that role, and it just helps when you have a bunch of kids that are already like that. naturally. I mean, in my years of coaching, I've never just had a selfish offensive lineman. They know their role, they know what they do, and they enjoy doing it. For them, it's fun.
Okay. Tell us another sport besides football that you like to watch, that you could watch.
Golf.
Is it because you get to take a nap halfway through?
No.
No? You actually watch golf?
Golf.
Okay. That's a first for me. I usually intend to watch golf, and then I take a nap and wake up, and it's over. So
Golf's fun. You got to watch it.
It's exciting. Well, I'm more of a soccer guy, so let's let people know a
Golf is
little.
just like soccer. If you understand the storylines of the game, it becomes a whole lot more interesting.
Boy, we're going to have a long conversation because you just made an analogy. Golf is a lot like soccer. I'm not sure about that, but you know what?
You want to take a straw poll in here and see who likes soccer?
I haven't bought anybody's Zaxby's yet, so I would definitely win if we did that. But that's what a whole lot of people may not know. Coach Clark got to coach soccer last season. Talk a little bit about coaching soccer, but also coaching girls soccer.
Obviously, we're in the softball shirt, coach girls before. It's a lot of fun to coach girls. It's a different dynamic. It makes you really think about your coaching because you cannot coach girls the same way you coach guys. And so it forces you to think about how you not only instruct, but also how you handle different situations. And to be honest with you, I feel I'm a better football coach because I've gotten to coach girls. And then coaching soccer in general is just a lot of fun. I mean, it's the only sport you know when for sure it's going to end.
I like that. Coach Elrod, do you agree with that? You coach soccer in the spring.
Yeah. When after I park the bus, I get to coach the soccer team for the JV and get to hang out with the varsity kids. It's a great game. Actually, my 9-year-old Riley, she's actually started soccer this year, and she's having a blast playing forward, so it's really cool.
So she'll get to play for Coach. Yeah, but get to play for Coach Clark one day at JV.
For whatever reason, she likes Coach Clark. That's her favorite person.
I'd be extremely blessed if Josh kept me alone that long.
Coach Clark, we're going to let you go. Always enjoy talking with you. We're going to let you give a shout-out, and we know who the first person is you're going to give a shout-out to. But anybody besides your wife you want to give a shout-out to? Start with your wife.
Wife.
Wife?
My mom. My mom comes to all the football games. I mean, I don't think she's missed maybe about 3 in my career here.
Wow.
She comes to them all. So mom's always a big supporter of the team. Makes gifts for the coaches' wives every year. Loves it. So definitely that. Give a shout out to the offensive line for all the hard work they put in. The unsung heroes. And Coach Elrod for all the hard work he does.
Yes. We definitely give you, as well as the offensive line, some credit.
It's all them.
I know, but somebody's got to coach them. It's your responsibility.
That's debatable if I still do that correctly.
Well, we'll see how that plays out on Thursday. Coach Clark, we appreciate you coming up here. Coach Elrod, since you're up here, you might as well give some shout-outs. You already got Riley, so anybody else?
Yeah, better give a shout-out to my wife, Taylor. She's a big supporter of us. Of course, I got my middle I got my middle girl, my oldest daughter, Emma, who is playing volleyball right now for Wiley. They had a game over at Canyon Ridge. I haven't heard how they did it yet. And then, of course, Riley, who's I still think she's the best ball girl in the state of Texas. We like to give her a hard time, saying when she's not working very hard, we tell her she's second team all district, so she picks her game back up. So my family, of course, and then just my receivers, Ethan, the quarterback, getting us the ball, and then just all the coaches, and then all the rest of the guys. They make it enjoyable. I really like being around the defensive guys over here, and the Garcias and those guys of the world make coaching fun.
Well, coaches, we appreciate it. Coach Elrod, Coach Clark, as we're going to get to we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have our Rifle Players of the Week as they come up, and we'll interview and talk to them. You're listening to Inside Raider Nation here on KMAX Sports.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
We're glad you enjoy the KMAX Sports broadcast. But did you that you can purchase a copy of this or any KMAX broadcast for personal use? Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmaxsports.com. That's INFO at kmaxsports.com. Let us know which games you're interested in, and we'll set it up for a small fee. We can even do some editing for you. And the great thing, any purchase will send a portion of the proceeds to your school. Enjoy the game now and keep it forever. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up, info@kmaxsports.com, bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAX Sports.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet, covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, and also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Welcome back. We have our showstoppers to take over the show. It's always a joy to bring up the Rifle Players of the Week, because not only do they dance a little bit, get Coach Mann to dance, they just have a good time.
They were jamming. We need to turn that music back up.
Be a segment in of itself. We'll give them the mic. Our Rifle Players of the Week, first and last name, and what position you play.
My name's William Duncan, and I like playing tackle.
Tackle, all right.
Zion Talbert, right tackle, left guard.
My name is Logan Jolly, and I play running back.
So we have Logan,
William, and Zion.
Zion. So two offensive linemen blocking for the running back.
Perfect.
Always behind him, yeah? Unsung hero. You looking forward to being under Coach Clark one day? Getting coached by Coach Clark, the offensive line coach for the varsity?
I don't know.
You don't know him yet? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not yet. All right. We're just going to skip that part. All right. We're going to go to our questions. These are tough questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes? What is your favorite candy?
My favorite candy, I guess say Twix.
Twix, okay.
Right or left?
Doesn't matter.
Right or left Twix?
Well, I love both of them.
Put them together. It doesn't matter, left or right. It doesn't matter. Zion, favorite candy?
Skittles.
Skittles. I can go with that. All right.
Sour or regular Skittles?
He says regular.
All right.
None of that sour stuff. Favorite candy?
Twix.
Two Twix.
Now, you like both of them or the right or left?
Left.
The left.
All right. Are you left-handed or something?
No.
No?
I'm left-footed, though.
Left-footed. A commodity there. Makes sense. All right. Tell us your... Do you have a phone? Do you have an iPhone? Android? iPhone? What's your favorite app on your phone? Some game, right?
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. All right. Hand it to William there. Favorite app on your phone?
Probably.
You're fine?
Probably Safari. Safari. Yeah, Safari getting on. Yeah, Safari getting on YouTube.
Okay. Got to get the web browser.
I broke my phone.
What is it?
Broke your phone? Oh, no.
Oh, what was it before the broken phone happened?
Samsung.
Okay. What was your favorite app on that phone? Was it a game? YouTube? Okay. We'll ask what they watch on YouTube. That can lead to a whole different area there. All right, so Zion, since you have the mic, we're going to ask you the question that we asked Aiden, a big guy. Okay? Any country in the world that you could go to, where would you go?
I don't know.
Any country? No? Okay, we'll come back. You can think about it. Whoever gets the mic next.
Australia.
Okay. Down under. All right.
Of all the countries, I think I would go to Germany.
Germany. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice country.
Yeah, because I would like to learn the language.
You like their language?
Well, I would like to learn it.
Oh, like to learn it.
Learn it.
Can you
Yeah.
speak any German?
Guten Tag.
There you go. Coach Man, you ask, you get it. Not bad. That's pretty good.
Guten Tag.
Good talk. That's actually pretty good because I've been there 3 times and I can't even say that. So that's pretty good. All right. So William? Who's your favorite athlete?
I don't really know.
No? Football player? Who's your favorite football player? Baker Mayfield?
I still don't know. I don't
No?
really watch that much football.
Okay.
But I'm going to. I'm going to watch a lot of football.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So favorite athlete? It can be a football player. It can be like Aiden, a basketball player.
Tom Brady.
My man, right there. Give it up while you're here.
Zion, I had high hopes. I had really high hopes for you there, and then. All right. Favorite athlete?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott. There. Whoa. See what kind of reaction you get when you actually say a good player's name? Yeah. Not the best day yesterday.
And the crowd goes wild.
Was that?
And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild. Hey, I think he's won my job, Trey. We may just.
You can take his seat, huh?
I don't know about that.
Maybe Coach Man's seat. Yeah. You could be my partner next time. How about that? You get player of the week next week. You come back and you.
You can stick with that job.
Okay. All right. So here's a tough question. We don't need any deep, dark secrets, okay, or anything. What's the worst thing that you have to do at home? Like you have to take out the trash. That's the worst thing you have to do. What's one thing that you do not like to do at home? You must be a good kid because you're really having a tough time. Mom's over there. Should we ask your mom the question?
No, there's really nothing that bad. Like I could say take out the garbage, but it's not really that bad.
Okay. Go to bed early, maybe. You like to stay up?
Well, I don't really mind going to bed or not.
Okay. Got to get some sleep, man. Golly. That's pretty good. All right, you set the standard. I don't know what we're going to...
Yeah.
Zion, what's one thing that you do not like to do?
Washing dishes.
Washing dishes. He had that. Did you let your parents know that there is a dishwasher that does it for you?
No, I used it, but I never rinsed off the dishes before I put it in there, so now I have to wash the dishes.
Oh, there's always that missing step in there. Man, I do that too. My wife gets mad at me all the time, so we're in the same boat.
So, hey, I just want to throw it out there that they call it a dishwasher, and I'm with you. I don't understand why you got to clean it off before you put it in there. It's supposed to wash the dishes. So I'm with you, Zion.
Amen. Yeah. You get it, he says. You get it. All right. One thing you do not like to do.
There's really nothing.
Wow, these are some good kids, I'm telling you. Older guys, you're influencing them.
Yeah, what they don't like to do is get their parents mad. So that's why they're saying nothing.
Smart kids. Smart kids, I'm telling you.
Raising them right.
They're raising them right. All right, so Logan, got the mic still? Yeah? You're comfortable with that mic, aren't you? Yeah, it's not a bad deal. All right. All right, so let's think about your favorite cereal.
Crunch Berries.
Crunch, I like it. All right. Favorite cereal?
I've got to say Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, that's number 2, yeah?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Okay. What's your favorite TV show? You watch TV? No? You watch sports? Who's your favorite team?
The Patriots.
Patriots? I just thought you could like Tom Brady as a player, but really, the Patriots? All right, Zion. Coach Mann's got your back on that one. Favorite team?
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Well, I had to get, yeah. This is the one I'm waiting for. Favorite team?
I've got to say the Longhorns.
The Longhorns.
Longhorns are my favorite overall.
Somebody just had to say it. I don't.
Smart kid. You said it. Smart kid. That you pointed that out.
Smart, good kid. Yeah, you can't argue with him. All right, so we give shout-outs. That's anybody you want to say hello to, Zion. If you look at that camera right there, people can see you and hear you. So who would you like to give a shout-out to?
My whole family, because they come to my games.
All right, I like that. All right. Logan?
My whole family, because they love me.
Yes.
I've got to say my family and my team and my coaches for supporting me and what are you guys doing?
Just don't want to say it, do you? He's got some fans over here. Maybe his sisters.
I've got to say my family, my team, and my coaches for all supporting me and helping me in the game.
Guys, we appreciate you coming up. So we'll just leave two of you. Decide who the two is going to be, and then Aiden, your group.
You got your
two.
We can go 2-on-3.
Yeah,
We can go 2-on-3.
Absolutely.
Which two's coming up from the players of the week? Aiden and Drew. We're going to go the offensive guys. Come on up here, guys.
I thought for sure Garcia. I thought for sure he was going to pop up there.
Yeah, I thought Garcia would come up.
I mean, he's
Slide right over
like
here.
competition.
Actually, trade-
I mean, he
trade
wants
sides with them, so you're next to your
dominate.
team. So this is a contest. Y'all are the you kids are ahead in the contest overall from last year. So no pressure, but y'all got to keep it up.
Hang on, I gotta move the camera out now that Aiden is standing up there.
We'll let y'all hold this. Y'all get together and think of your answer.
All right. All right.
All right. So we're going to pick a letter. We'll let the varsity guys pick a letter, and then we're going to ask you the mascot. I'll give you a mascot. You have to tell me the college, okay? So give me a letter. S is in sharp. Okay. All right. So if I told you, let's see, Spartans. Spartans.
What college team?
What college do they belong to?
Spartans. Easy there, killer. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Helping me too? You know what? You know what? It's up north. I think you're getting help.
Michigan?
State.
Oh, state.
All right. All right. Pick Zion. Pick a
Way to
letter
go.
in the alphabet.
Zion, pick a letter.
G.
Oh my.
All right. So the Golden Flashes are the name of this college.
The what?
Golden Flashes. You thought it was going to be easy, right? I didn't make it up.
I put money on it. He made it up. Golden Flashes.
The Golden Flashes belong to this university.
Is it a D1 school?
Yes.
Is it FCS?
FCS. Division One.
How come nobody's helping him?
You're delaying and you're not going to get it. I don't.
Oh, I know. I want to know what team it is.
3, 2, 1. All right. It's Kent State.
I was
Kent.
about to say that.
All right.
Oh, y'all are up 1-0 right now.
Is that
One.
a college?
Yes, it is.
All right, pick a letter, Drew.
Letter. Drew. Q. There is no Q.
No Q. Another letter.
No, there is no Q. Z. The zips. The zips.
The zips are? Oh, come on.
No? A guess?
Take a guess. Starts with an A. 5.
4.
3.
Akron University.
He said Akron.
He said Akron. Akron zips.
Bam.
You got it.
Got it.
2-0. Here we go. All right. Well, I'll pick them now. So the Golden Hurricanes belong to what university? The Golden Hurricanes. I try to make this easy. That was almost a gimme.
That's easy.
My goodness.
Tulsa.
All right, Tulsa, 2-1.
2-1.
All right. So little guys.
Y'all get this, it's over.
I love how competitive Aiden is about this. It's just awesome.
All right. So you ready? You got to tell me what university. Their mascot are the Sooners.
Oh, my
Sooners. What?
Ask him.
Oklahoma Sooners. Absolutely. All right. First round goes to the Rifle Players of the Week. Aiden, sorry about that.
Sorry, guys. Y'all lost.
Next competition is blocking.
Next.
Blocking.
Blocking. I was going to say eating, but no contest. All right, guys, we appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Let's give them a big hand, guys. Great job to our youth football players. Both teams won last Saturday. Both youth groups, 5th and 6th, took it to them. They won big games.
Good way to start the season. So we'll have the showstoppers again next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully the Rifle Players of the Week and also Varsity Players of the Week. Coach, we want to wrap things up here. Before we do, though, we got to give some special shout-outs. I think Trey, who's behind the camera, got a shout-out.
Oh, yeah.
Big shout-out to my wife, Sherry. Today we are celebrating 23 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
And I'm doing that sitting here with you guys. So she's super excited about that.
That's why I'm trying to wrap things up. I'm trying to get out of here.
So part 2 of the show now.
The next hour is on its way. No, we'll do that. We also want to give a shout-out to somebody who hasn't coached in this now our 3rd season of doing Inside Raider Nation, has never missed a show.
That's your wife?
Nope.
No?
No.
Coach Mann.
Say, Coach Mann's never missed a show.
I've never missed a show.
It's somebody in the Zapeta family. It's my daughter Gabrielle over there. She has never missed a show of Inside Raider Nation. She just
I
loves.
knew it was in the family.
It was. She just loves listening to Coach Mann's analogy of the game.
Yeah. We got to work on you. We got to find you something better to do. This is your best entertainment.
Well, I think she comes really for the Zaxby's, which is why a lot of people are here.
Yeah. Free food. Mom and Dad buying.
Yeah. We'll give a shout out to my wife, Joanna Zapeta, and also listening and tuning in, watching live from Commerce, Texas, Jacob Zapeta, former Rouse Raider kicker. And we'll let you give your shout outs.
My first shout out is going to go to the guy working behind the cashier tonight, Malachi Jones in the house. Let's give Malachi a big hand. Doing some work, also putting in that time on the field. He's really come on for us the last 2 weeks. I've been real proud of him, expecting big things out of him. Shout out back home to, of course, my family, my wife, my 2 boys. The middle school football starts off this week, tomorrow night. Big battle between the Coyotes and the Style Spartans. And so good luck to all those guys that are getting ready to play middle school football. It's all happening now. So we're real excited in our house. We had a big moment last night in the man house. My youngest caught Mama in the height meter. Ooh. And he's been measuring long and hard. Like, when am I going to get taller than Mom? And we finally hit that mark. And so that was a big moment. We celebrated big at our house.
Did that ever happen for you, Sonny?
What's that? You had to go there.
Oh, he did.
You had to go there. Yeah. I didn't set the bar very high, so Jacob surpassed it long ago. But the question is Jace taller than you?
No, he ain't got me yet. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm like, come on, get there and get some more. Let's go. Get up there.
Get in there. He looks like he's ready to go right now, Coach. Good luck.
I just got burned. My wife just texted me, really? I had to bring that up.
Had to bring it up. Make her feel bad. It's part of it, isn't it?
I hope you get to 23, Coach.
I hope so. We're working on 16, I think.
Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap up Inside Raider Nation for this week, and be sure to come out to Bible Stadium on Thursday, 7 o'clock. Pflugerville Weiss taking on your Rouse Raiders in the third non-district game of the season. And if you can't make it out to the stadium, you can listen here on KMAXSports.com starting at 6:30, our pregame. So for KMAX Sports President Chuck Licata, Director of Operations Merle Bertrand, Director of Communications Christina Weber, Technical Director Suna Venkat, our QA for tonight, Les Clary, and for my broadcast partner and producer, the guy behind the camera, Mr. Trey Grubb, and for the head coach of the
KMAX Sports Network.